Greetings from Bulgaria. I'm Vulkk, and this is a first of its kind video for my channel. This will be a Q&A session based on most of the questions you guys asked me in the comment section under the 3 level 60 token giveaway video I made last week. We begin. Question from Toby618. If you delete the character, can you use it again? This is regarding the level 60 character token. As we know from the FAQ BioWare published not long ago, we are allowed, that's not a bug or an exploit, we are allowed to delete that level 60 character and receive back the token if we haven't made any progress. By progress, they describe advancing past chapter 1 in the Knights of the Fallen Empire story or leveling past level 60. So, if you have killed a couple of mobs or talked to a couple of NPCs, this shouldn't count. But then again, this is BioWare and you never know when they may decide to change this. Question from Miroslav Jeftic or Jeftik. If I switch from sub to preferred status, do I lose my artifact authorization or do I need to unlock it all from cartel market? I believe for both preferred and free to play, you need to purchase artifact authorization. Please excuse me if I'm wrong on this, but for free to play, it's absolutely sure that you need to purchase it. And for preferred, I'm not 100% sure and there is absolutely no way for myself to confirm that. If someone else knows it and has tested that personally, please leave a comment and let us all know. What happens with your artifact authorization when you switch back from subscription to preferred status? Question from Malti Nadmer. When will the new chapters be released? This is about chapter 10 probably, because I'm recording the video just about a week into the Fallen Empire expansion. Chapter 10 is expected in early 2016. To be more precise, BioWare is targeting the end of January or the beginning of February to release Chapter 10. I don't remember where and when, but I saw and heard that they're planning to release one new chapter every month of the next year. So this means a good reason for everybody to stay subscribed and part of kind of a new content every month, at least story-wise. I would like to now take a moment and apologize for reading some of your names wrong. You know I'm bad with names and every different language, culture and region has their own pronunciation, so don't hate me for reading names wrong. Jacken H. Will you be doing more Jedi Sentinel videos? If you're referring to my SWTOR videos, no, I've decided to cancel the series and not upload anymore. I haven't deleted the recordings yet, but they're nearly 1 year outdated now, some 9-10 months, and I just don't think they're relevant anymore. I've got so much more new content that I really struggle to find time and place to put it on and publish it. So I've been pushing back the SWTOR videos all the time, and it's just that they are not relevant anymore. They might be fun for a couple of people to enjoy, but after all these hours of editing, they are not really worth if only a couple of people are going to enjoy them. I will be doing guides for the Sentinel in the near and in the distant future as well. While I'm playing the game and while the game exists, I will be doing all kinds of coverage for Sentinel and Marauder, mainly and mostly. Question from Max Muoto. Do you know what happens if you use the instant level 60 and you don't have Shadow of Revan? I know that all subs will get it on the 27th. They already got it. I do not actually know. My personal prediction is that you will get one character at level 60, but you will not be able to progress further if you're not a subscriber. Please, that's a very important question, even though I have no answer for it. I would like to hear your answers if you have experienced that these tokens are not cheap, and if someone has tried it out on their own already and they have learned what the outcome is, please share it with everybody so I can help more people. Question from Noah Newsom. Will you go over the changes to Watchman now that leap can't be used from 0 meter range anymore? Yes, I am going to make one or maybe two guides very soon based on specifically on Watchman. I will see when and how they will appear. I'm not in a rush because we know that there is going to be no new content anytime soon, and these guides will be relevant for a long time. Plus, forgive me, but I really have a lot of things on my hands, and I just try to do them one by one while also maintaining the activity in game and trying to play it from time to time. The 0 meter range is not a big issue. Yes, I've had to rearrange a couple of things on my own toolbars and my own playstyle, but the fact that other abilities now build these resources are actually very good news. I personally find the new Watchman in 4.0 to be a lot more entertaining and a lot more enjoyable compared to 3.0. Yes, it's not perfect, but the changes to Force Melt and Cauterize are really good steps in the right direction. This 6 seconds dot from Cauterize, that was just ridiculous. I don't know how the hell could BioWare come up with that idea. Question from Nikhil Patel. Hey Vulkk, I'm wanting to buy a gaming PC around $400. What would you recommend? Unless you typed $4,000, I'm not able to help you, man. Yes, 4,000 is a lot, but also 400 for a gaming PC is ridiculously low. Whatever you buy, unless it's very cheap on a very good deal secondhand, you will never be able to play decent new modern games with any kind of at least decent quality, visual and audio quality on that PC. So save your money until you have at least double or triple that amount, because a gaming PC, if it has to be a gaming PC, it will cost you at least triple that amount. And I mean at least, depending on whether you're building a brand new from zero PC with case, with peripherals, with monitor and everything, or if you're just building the inside of the case stuff. Question from Jurek Dekarski. Hi Vulkk, how do you find the Flashpoint changes in 4.0? And furthermore, what do you think, is there a chance that the developers decide to get back to the prior form of Group Finder? He's actually referring here to the tactical flashpoints. And I, just like you, mate, and probably many other players, do not like the tactical flashpoints. They're very desperately stupidly easy for organized people, and at the same time extremely challenging for total random pugs because of the grouping element, because of the level diversity, and most of all because of the huge disbalance that exists among classes in the game. It's not unique to our game. The same thing happens in every single MMO that I have heard about and played, but I have played only a few of them. I don't believe BioWare is ever going to remove the tactical flashpoints. The only thing that I expect them to do is make them even more easier. Maybe place more healing stations around the bosses, and maybe even around the challenging trash pools. The changes to the flashpoint in 4.0 in regards to them being solo, I honestly haven't done a single solo flashpoint yet, because I've done all of them multiple times through leveling. After leveling, I've soloed many of them in story mode before, in hard mode before, at level 55, at level 60, at level 50 as well. So I don't really have any intention to run them right now. Maybe with my next ult, I will do all of the relevant flashpoints solo, and I will be able to experience that, but I highly doubt that they're going to be any kind of a challenge. I have been doing, and you hopefully have already started watching these videos, 2-man runs of the new hard mode versions of the flashpoints. They drop stupid gear, just barely enough for story mode. And some of them are very disbalanced. In some flashpoints, I've witnessed ridiculous trash pools that can kill you in 3 seconds. And in other flashpoints, we've just breezed through all of the boss encounters without even stopping to take a breath. The disbalance is serious. Some of them are really interesting and challenging. Yes, we run with my Sentinel and my friend Zentrax on his Shadow tank. We have a very good duo team, and we understand each other well. We used one, and sometimes where needed, 2 companions, either 2 healers or 1 healer and 1 DPS, depending on the encounter and how much of a challenge it is. We have still crappy gear. Mine is some kind of a weird mix between the old level 60 Nightmare set and the new level 65 story and hard mode, which is 216, 220. Zen has pretty much the similar stats, and I honestly want to tell you that the flashpoints are enjoyable if you undermine them. If you do them with an organized team of 4 people, you will fall asleep because you will be bored to death. If you do them in a pug, you will most likely wipe like mad because pugs are not organized, and you always depend on your stupid luck of what kind of class balance you have. Like, very quick example, I did one tactical flashpoint with I think Vulkk a few days ago. I don't know why I decided to just click it from the group finder, and I ran Directive 7 tactical mode level 65. We had 3 people 65, and I think one person was level 60 or 61 or something. We wiped on the trash like crazy, and I really don't know why. It's somehow harder when you have more people. Maybe the problem was we had 2 sentinels and 2 guardians, all DPS obviously, no heals. Nobody was approaching the odds correctly, meaning everybody jumped on the stronger odd while the smaller odds were annihilating the group. Plus just general pug behavior, and you sooner or later probably get used to it. Question from Breezet93. Which has been your favorite class to play through Knights of the Fallen Empire so far? Well, unfortunately, I've only done that story twice, with my Sentinel Light Side Republic and with my Marauder Dark Side Empire. Both of them were very enjoyable, and I find it really hard to find which one would be my favorite, because they were very different approaches, Light Side Republic and Dark Side Empire. Completely the opposite. I saw pretty much the plus and minus versions of the light side and dark side options. I've saw pretty much all of the possible outcomes. The only thing I haven't tried is the romantic options, but I'm waiting for BioWare to fix that, because at the day of recording the video there is still that unknown to me bug with all of the romantic options. They're probably not working correctly, or maybe they don't record for the future, or I don't know what exactly is wrong, but until I hear it's fixed, I'm withholding my progression with the next character from 60 to 50 to 65, because the next one is going to be my romantic girl. Question from Daniel Kajka. Hi Vulkk, some time ago I downloaded your user interface and it is really clear and practical. I really appreciate your videos. Sorry for my English. Your English seems just as good as mine. And I wanted to ask if it is possible to try also your keybinds. I've never ever thought that anybody would actually ask for my keybinds, but now since that tool and feature is available, I haven't searched where exactly is it saved, but if I manage to find the file where it's saved and stored, I would be able to upload it and share it with you guys. Yes, I hope to be able to do that maybe right now, maybe at the time of publishing the video, maybe a little bit later. If I forget, you just poke me again. Question from Raux22. Vulkk, how far are you into the Jedi Knight light side of the story of the new expansion? Yes, I know the question is from about a week ago, and I wasn't finished at that time yet, but now I'm finished with the story with my Sentinel, Jedi Knight light side. It was a very good playthrough, mate, and if you haven't catched up all of my videos, I would like to invite you to take a look. Question from Jan Kortshagen, or Jan Kortshagen. Which is your favorite species in Star Wars? Overall in Star Wars, my favorite is the Kit Fisto one, and he's now Tolan. I've never learned how to exactly pronounce that species, but unfortunately they're very ugly represented in Star Wars The Old Republic. I've always wanted now to launch as playable species when I was waiting for the game to be launched, and when that happened, I was really disappointed with the performance of the species, because we do have plenty of NPCs. Unfortunately, they don't look good. The tentacles are really static and ugly. Question from Senna with a lot of numbers after the name. Is the Knights of the Fallen Empire leveling content too easy? It's very easy, but it's not too easy. It's just as easy as everything has been solo-wise lately. I don't believe we will ever see the kind of challenge from solo missions like we had on the very last mission of chapter 3, the origin story for all the classes. You remember the final bosses after Coruscant? That was some tough challenge, and I really don't see and don't expect and don't really want to see that kind of a challenge. I've always been whining for better challenge and some kind of an options to challenge ourselves in the story playthrough. But when the story and the drama is so cool, you actually forget how stupidly easy everything is, and you actually probably even feel happy about things being so damn easy, so you can just fly through the next cutscene and see what exactly happens with the story. Question from Skull Co. Don't you think SWTOR has become a solo MMO now with the new system of dungeons and leveling? It hasn't become MMO solo after all. I was expecting that would be a huge minus with 4.0, but after I saw how much they've changed the heroic, the level sync, the grouping for the story mode operations, tactical flashpoints, and hard mode flashpoints, as well as the hard mode operations, I think BioWare has done actually an even better job than before keeping people playing together. I don't know why I have that feeling. Probably I'm just fooling myself, but really, the fact that the story is solo doesn't mean that the game went solo. Yes, you can do all of the flashpoints solo now, but personally, I myself have never done them that way. And you have to admit, while leveling, pretty much almost nobody ever did those flashpoints. I mean, the amount, the percentage of the player base, the people who run the flashpoints on level while leveling, was very, very small. And now at least more people will be able to enjoy these flashpoints. Yes, BioWare is making them solo, but it's only because of their metrics. We have to trust them from time to time. We cannot troll and curse them all the time. I believe they're doing a step in the right direction. After all, making low-level content soloable is not that bad. The game is now nearly 4 years old, and it's not such a bad idea to have some easier streamlined leveling process. The fact that they've streamlined everything is annoying to me as well, but I love the game still, and I can accept even this flaw. Question from Figure09 Russ. Do you like the add-on? What about Sentinel in 4.0? I don't know what you mean by add-on. I think you mean the expansion, mate. Yes, I love it so far. Almost everything BioWare did, minus the annoying bugs, and I've been cursing those bugs in my last 3 or 4 videos when we were doing the duo mode flashpoints. We've discovered so many bugs. The most game-breaking one is obviously the utility system bug, where you're not allowed to use properly all of your utility points and you have to reset them multiple times, and then you have to accept them one by one and things like that. There are some bugs we've discovered in the story, in the flashpoints, in some operations, but bugs are inevitable. When BioWare attempted to change so many things for the group content at the same time for the same patch, we all knew that millions and millions of bugs were expected, and I mean more millions than usual. What about the Sentinel in 4.0? I love the changes to combat. It was at first glance a little bit pointless, and I wrote that, sorry for the crappy English, in a blog post on my website about a month ago when I first saw the upcoming changes in a developer blog, and I made my video preview actually. But now, after I had a chance to play a decent amount of time, I love the changes to combat. It's still as simple as it was before. The dot to Master Strike, Blade Dance, it's the new name to Master Strike, made it a lot more entertaining, and it actually gave me a reason to focus and use it more often and pretty much on cooldown combined with Zen. As far as Watchman goes, I really, as I mentioned previously, love the changes to Watchman. They are not still perfect as I want them to be, but it is a huge step in the right direction. The 10-meter minimum range for leap doesn't bother me at all, because I never ever have any issues with focus building anymore. I love the changes to force melt. Really good decision. Last question for the video is from May Contain Nuts. Are you happy with the length of each chapter for Knights of the Fallen Empire? No, but it doesn't mean that I'm unhappy with the total length. I didn't expect each chapter to be 5 hours long, because we knew we were only getting 5 new levels, and it would have been ridiculous if BioWare wanted to drag us for 5 hours through story content to give us 1 level or so. And it would have been even more stupid if they gave us all the 5 levels within the first 2 chapters because of the length. And you know, the length of the playtime should be somehow equal to the amount of level progression you're getting. So the duration of the chapters is really different for most of them. It varies from about 20-25 minutes to up to an hour and plus. And I'm happy with that. Sometimes I find it annoying that the chapters don't really end, and immediately you jump from one chapter to the next one without a break, without anything. And this was really most frustrating when I was recording them for YouTube, because it was hard for me to separate the damn chapters. I was recording them chapter after chapter, and most of the time I was finding myself forced to jump into the next chapter, record a little bit of it, then stop, have a pause or a break, or go to sleep and record the next chapter on the next day. And I did everything I could to not allow you guys to notice the difference in my voice, in pronunciation, sometimes in my mood, but this was a little bit of an annoying factor for me. And I know the video went for far too long, but I hope that you've enjoyed the weird background music I've selected for you, as well as this gameplay footage you were watching for the duration of the video. Thank you guys for asking all these questions. If you have any questions, you can always email me or ask me in a personal message on Facebook or Twitter. The good and the better questions are the more relevant questions. Every question is good from your point of view, but maybe not every question is good for a Q&A video. I will do my best to answer all of them, and some of them I will try to select for eventually a second Q&A video depending on your interest. Obviously, for those of you who have reached the 23rd minute mark of the video, you probably enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.